Let's face it, English, it's a difficult language. So many things that you need to remember, particularly as a non-native. Vocabulary, grammar, you need to be able to listen to people. But in my field of pronunciation, things get quite complex. Even something so simple, such as changing the syllable which is stressed in a word, it can change the meaning of a word. It can make it a completely different word. It can change it from a noun to a verb. It can even change it from one noun to another noun. We pronounce it pretty much the same, but changing the stress can change a lot of things. And that's what we're looking at today to help you with both your listening and your own pronunciation on your journey to a British accent. Let's go. Hello everybody, it's me, Elliott from ETJ English, your British pronunciation teacher. And today, yes, we are looking at syllable stress. The way that we can change the meaning of a word just by changing which syllable we stress inside of it. Now this doesn't happen with every word, but it happens with a lot of words, and it can be quite confusing for non-natives. Some of my most advanced students, the ones who've been taking my course for a long time, they might be really good with the vowels. They might have very convincing British accents. But all it takes is just one mistake, stressing the wrong syllable, changing it from a noun to a verb by accident, and it can change the complete meaning of what they're saying, and it can cause them to feel a bit bad about themselves. So today I'm here to help you with understanding how syllable stress works and how we can hopefully change this problem. So some of you might be asking, but Elliott, how do I really stress something? In everything we say, we rely on stress. And all it is really is emphasizing a particular section of what you're saying. So we have something called sentence stress and we have something called syllable stress. Today we are focusing on syllable stress. So words, they are broken into syllables. For example, the word travel. We have tra-vol, 2 syllables. Okay? Which syllable am I stressing when I speak now? Travel. Now, if you have a good understanding of stress, you will know that I am stressing tra, the first syllable. Why? Because I'm giving it more emphasis. Maybe I'll raise the tone just slightly. That's what syllable stress is. It's raising the tone possibly, or just emphasizing a section of our word. And as I said, this can change the meaning of a word. So it doesn't happen with the word travel, but it does happen with our first word today, which is the word produce. Produce. So this is a noun, but if I said produce, this is a verb. Let me give you an example in a sentence. How much produce did you produce this week? Now please note that the sentences I'm going to be reading today, they might not make much sense. I'm mainly just putting the 2 words into one sentence to make you understand the difference. So, how much produce did you produce this week? So we have produce, the noun, and produce, which is the verb. So to produce something is to make, to create something, the verb. And the noun is the result of that, the produce. So you can produce the produce you have. Let's take a look into the pronunciation. The first word, the noun, produce. We're pronouncing it with the first syllable being stressed. Pro. We're giving it more emphasis. Produce, right? Pro it has more of a sound to it, more of a stress to it, more emphasis, and I might even raise the tone slightly if I want to. Produce. So we're pronouncing it with an O vowel. Pro. Pro. To create this sound, you have to round your mouth and lift your tongue up and back slightly. O. O. Pro. Produce. Okay, round your mouth. Produce. But with the verb, again, as I said, we're stressing a different syllable. We're stressing produce. So because we're stressing a different syllable, in this word, we're actually going to now relax the O sound that we just talked about. Produce. Produce. So we're now changing it from pro to pr. This sound is what we call a schwa sound. You've heard me talk about it a lot in my YouTube videos. It's 35%, near enough, of what we say in modern RP. Okay, produce. So because we've shifted the stress to the second syllable now, we don't necessarily need to pronounce the O sound. So we're going to relax it. So the schwa is often used as a relaxing sound to help us say it faster so that we can get to the stressed syllable, because stress always has priority. We say things fast so that we can get to the stressed parts quicker. It's the same with sentence stress. So, produce, 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 produce. Next, we have object and, can you guess? Object. So again, we have an O, object. So an object is anything really. My phone, right? This is an object. But object is a verb. And if I object something, it means I disagree with somebody's opinion, or I have a different opinion about something. I disagree. Okay, I have a different view. I object. You often hear this in movies, in court. Object, object. Again, what's happening here is in the noun form, object, we're pronouncing it with an O sound. But when we shift the stress to the second syllable, we're actually going to now relax the O sound, and it's going to be replaced with a schwa. Object, object. But this doesn't always happen. For example, let's take a look at the next word, insult and insult. Insult and insult. So here we're stressing the first syllable again on the noun, insult, and on the verb, insult. Let's try it in a sentence. He insulted me with his favorite insult. He insulted me, insulted me with his favorite insult. So we're stressing different syllables. Insult, insult. Nothing changes in this word. The only thing that changes is the stress on which syllable. Insult, noun, insult, verb. Similarly, increase and increase. Increase and increase. Make sure you're giving emphasis to the syllable you're stressing. Again, this is noun and verb. There has been an increase in people increasing their travel expenses. There has been an increase in people increasing their travel expenses. Increase, increase. It's really complicated, it's confusing. It might seem really simple for some of you, but I guarantee you that most of you watching right now who are thinking that this is really easy, you might still make mistakes with this. Because when we're talking naturally and we're not really thinking too much, that's when the mistakes happen, and most mistakes tend to come with syllable stress. So make sure you practice it, and if you ever hear words which sound similar, look to see if there are different stress patterns, different syllables being stressed. Usually this happens with 2-syllable words, and that's what we've been looking at today, but sometimes it will happen in bigger words. You just have to be careful. Now there's a whole section in my course about, well, everything if you want to achieve a British accent and reduce your accent. There's a very good section on syllable stress, sentence stress, and all the things in between. So if you do want to join, then of course, go to the link below or go to etjenglish.com and sign up and join the course. I'd love to meet you and work with you directly through WhatsApp and the videos in the course. So thank you very much for watching today. I hope you found it useful. Cheers guys, I will see you soon. Bye.